In a small village, there was a boy named Vijay who was full of big dreams. His eyes always sparkled with ambition. He would watch his father work tirelessly in the fields and see his mother struggle to meet the family's needs. However, Vijay's heart yearned for something else. He wanted to achieve something significant, something that would make his name known and set an example in the village. During his school days, Vijay was good at studies, but his habits slowly began to hold him back. He started spending more time hanging out with friends, engaging in idle talks, and constantly postponing his studies. His teachers and parents often warned him, but Vijay believed he could handle everything later. Vijay dreamed of becoming a successful businessman one day, but he never took any solid steps in that direction. He would lose himself in fantasies, and time slipped by. In college, the situation remained the same. He came up with numerous business ideas, but none ever saw completion. Each time, his focus would wander for one reason or another. He thought success in life was easy and that he could achieve it whenever he wished. As time went on, his family grew increasingly worried about his behavior. He continued to talk about his dreams but lacked the passion and discipline to act on them. The villagers began mocking him, dismissing his dreams as mere jokes. Even his friends stopped taking him seriously. One day, when yet another of his business ideas failed, Vijay's patience reached its limit. He felt utterly broken, realizing that his failures stemmed from his own shortcomings, a lack of self-discipline. He was deeply saddened and locked himself in his room, unsure of what to do or how to turn his dreams into reality. It struck him that he had wasted many valuable years of his life. But then, a turning point came. One day, while sitting in the park with his old friends, an unfamiliar man approached him. The man appeared ordinary, but there was something special in his eyes, a spark, a self-confidence that Vijay immediately sensed. The man sat down beside him and said, "I can see the sadness on your face. What's troubling you?" Initially, Vijay remained silent, but eventually he opened up to the stranger. He poured out his heart, sharing all his failures and broken dreams. The man listened intently, and then, with a smile, he said, "Dreaming is good, but to achieve them, discipline is crucial. Without discipline, no dream can be realized. You chased your dreams but didn't follow the right path to fulfill them." For the first time, Vijay grasped that the root of his failures lay within his own habits. The man asked Vijay to join him on a journey of discipline. He wanted to show Vijay how small steps taken in the right direction could turn big dreams into reality. A new sense of energy and enthusiasm filled Vijay, but the question remained, could he truly change this time? For the first time in his life, Vijay began to think seriously. He realized that if he wanted to fulfill his dreams, he had to let go of his old habits and walk the new path of discipline. The next day, Vijay promised to meet the stranger who had taught him the importance of discipline. At the appointed time, Vijay arrived at the same park where he had met the man the previous day. The man's name was Mahesh. Mahesh welcomed Vijay and took him to a place that looked like an ordinary school building. It seemed simple from the outside, but inside, the atmosphere was entirely different. People were sitting peacefully, some reading, others meditating. Mahesh turned to Vijay and said, "I have brought you here to teach you discipline. This is not a school, but a place where people understand and improve their inner discipline. Here, you will learn how small steps can lead you to big goals." Vijay was surprised to hear this. He wondered how it was possible, but his curiosity compelled him to stay. Mahesh gave Vijay his first lesson, building a routine. He explained that creating and sticking to a routine is the first step toward discipline. Vijay was told that he needed to plan every part of his day and follow that plan with determination. Mahesh said, "To achieve big goals, you must focus on every small step. If you wake up at the right time, have breakfast on time, and start your day properly, you are laying the foundation of good discipline. Vijay took this advice seriously and began his day by waking up early. On the first day, he set an alarm and tried to wake up promptly. However, his body was accustomed to waking up leisurely. Mahesh advised him to be patient, saying, "Not everything will be perfect from day one, but if you keep trying, your body and mind will gradually accept it." Vijay created a schedule for his day which included everything from waking up early to going to bed on time. He also decided to dedicate time daily to study and exercise. The impact of this new routine soon became evident. His health improved, his mind became calmer, and his thinking capacity enhanced. He started working on his business ideas again, but this time, he planned everything and moved forward without rushing. Mahesh taught Vijay other important aspects of discipline. He explained that discipline is not just about an external routine. It should also reside in the mind. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions must be disciplined. If you can control your mind, no obstacle can stop you. Vijay learned to calm and direct his mind through meditation. He realized that his greatest enemy was his own mind, which constantly dragged him towards self-doubt and failure. But now, he was gradually gaining control over his thoughts. Mahesh also taught Vijay that the biggest enemy of discipline is temptation. Vijay had faced many temptations in his life, whether it was spending time with friends, scrolling through social media, or staying up late at night. Mahesh explained that if he could overcome these temptations, he could move quickly toward his path to success. Vijay slowly began to eliminate these temptations from his life. He reduced the unnecessary time spent with friends, limited his social media usage, and developed the habit of going to bed on time. He knew that to be successful, he had to focus on these small steps. Mahesh gave Vijay another crucial lesson: endurance and patience. Even when you are following discipline, there will be times when you feel disappointed, when you think you are not on the right path. But if you remain patient and concentrate on your goal, you will succeed, Mahesh said. Vijay took this lesson to heart. He started learning from his failures rather than feeling hopeless about them. He made an effort to understand his mistakes and correct them. Gradually, Vijay's hard work began to pay off. He resumed working on his business ideas, but this time, he planned everything correctly. He was more organized, dedicated, and disciplined than ever before. His friends and family, noticing his effort, began to take him seriously. However, challenges still lay ahead on Vijay's path. One day, as Vijay was heading to an important business meeting, he ran into an old friend on the way. This friend had come to invite him to a party. Memories of how he had wasted time at such parties in the past came rushing back to Vijay, along with the losses he had suffered because of them. A familiar struggle began in his mind. Should he fall back into his old habits or stick to his new, disciplined life? He felt confused for a few moments, but then closed his eyes and remembered Mahesh's words, "Only discipline will lead you to your goal." Vijay declined his friend's invitation and continued toward his meeting. This was a victory, a win over himself, his temptations, and his old habits. The meeting went well, and Vijay secured a big project. He knew it was the result of his hard work and discipline. He had taken another step toward success. But the story doesn't end here. A major turning point was yet to come in Vijay's life. One day, Vijay had to go to Mumbai for a major business deal. It was his biggest deal so far, and if he succeeded, his dreams could become a reality. However, he had no idea that this deal would bring another significant challenge into his life. Upon reaching Mumbai, Vijay learned that the company he was supposed to deal with had suddenly changed its terms. These new conditions were not favorable for him, and agreeing to them could ruin all his efforts. Vijay felt a deep sense of disappointment. Mahesh had taught him that every problem has a solution. It just requires patience and a calm mind. Remembering Mahesh's advice, Vijay decided to meet the company's owner. He shared his concerns and explained his situation. However, the owner refused to listen and even threatened to cancel the deal. Vijay was at a crossroads. He had invested everything into this deal, and if it fell through, all his hard work might go to waste. Another internal struggle began. Should he compromise his ethics and accept the new terms or walk away from the deal and start over? Vijay's life had reached its toughest test. He knew that his one decision could change everything. After a long moment of thought, he decided to stand firm on his principles and refused to compromise on his ethics, even if it meant losing the deal. With a calm yet determined voice, he told the owner, "I respect your decision, but I cannot go against my values. If this deal has to end, so be it." Surprised by Vijay's integrity and courage, the owner paused. He hadn't expected such a response. After a few moments of silence, he smiled and said, "Very few people in business today have the honesty and discipline that you've shown. I admire your stand. Let's reconsider the terms." The owner agreed to the original terms, and the deal was back on track. Vijay had not only saved the deal but had also won the respect of a significant business figure. This victory was not just about the business. It was a victory of discipline, patience, and self-belief. From that day on, Vijay became a symbol of perseverance and integrity in his village. His journey from a dreamer to a disciplined achiever inspired many others. He continued to build his business, facing new challenges with the same determination and discipline he had learned. Vijay's story became a testament to the power of self-discipline. He showed that with the right mindset, patience, and a strong will, any dream could be turned into reality. His journey was far from over, but one thing was certain. Vijay was now in control of his life, his dreams, and his destiny. And so, the boy who once wandered aimlessly had now become a man with a clear vision, ready to take on the world, one disciplined step at a time. The end.